Welcome back to Penny Collector, the go-to channel for every coin enthusiast, from beginners digging through their change jars to experienced collectors searching for hidden gems. In today's video, we're taking a close look at a coin that millions of people have seen and used, but only a few stop to wonder about, the 1975 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. If you've recently found one of these pennies and noticed that there's no letter under the date, you might be wondering what that means. Is it an error? Is it rare? And most importantly, is it worth anything more than 1 cent? Let's find out everything you need to know about the 1975 no mint mark penny and what it's really worth in today's collector market. To start off, let's understand what the no mint mark means. The 1975 Lincoln penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Back in 1975, the Philadelphia Mint did not place any mint mark on pennies, so this is perfectly normal and not considered an error. This practice was standard until 2017, when the U.S. Mint began adding the P mint mark to 1-cent coins as part of the Philadelphia Mint's 225th anniversary. So, if you found a 1975 penny with no mint mark, it's a Philadelphia issue, and you've got exactly what the Mint intended to release. Design-wise, the 1975 penny features the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, making it one of the longest-running portraits in U.S. coin history. The reverse of the 1975 penny displays the Lincoln Memorial, which had been used since 1959 to replace the wheat ears design. It carries the usual inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," the date, 1975, and on the back, "United States of America, E Pluribus Unum," and 1 cent. Now let's talk about mintage and rarity. The Philadelphia Mint produced a staggering number of these pennies, over 5.4 billion in total. That's right, more than 5 billion of these coins were minted and entered circulation. Because of this high production number, the 1975 no mint mark penny is not rare in most cases. You can still find them easily in your pocket change, in circulation, and especially in coin jars that haven't been touched for decades. As a result, a dirty or heavily circulated 1975 penny with no mint mark is usually worth exactly what it says, 1 cent. But that doesn't mean every 1975 penny is worthless. Coin values depend greatly on condition and appearance. If your 1975 penny is in uncirculated or mint state condition, it could be worth a bit more. A coin with bright red color and no signs of wear may sell for $1 to $5, depending on the quality. And coins graded MS65 red or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can command prices up to $1,000 to $2,000, especially if they have no blemishes, strong strike, and good eye appeal. While these aren't extremely valuable, it's still impressive for a coin that was once pocket change. There are also error coins and varieties to keep an eye out for. These are the real hidden treasures in the world of modern pennies. A 1975 no mint mark penny with an error, such as a doubled die, off-center strike, die cracks, clipped planchet, or broad strike, can significantly increase in value. For example, an off-center 1975 penny that still shows the full date can sell for $2,000 to $5,000 depending on how far off-center the design is. A strong double die error with visible doubling in the lettering or date could bring in $100 or more if it's clear and in high grade. These error coins are rare, but they do turn up in circulation from time to time. So always examine your coins carefully using a magnifier or coin loop to catch the details others might miss. Another factor to consider is the color classification of the coin. Lincoln cents are graded as red, RD, red-brown, RB, or brown, BN, depending on how much original mint color remains. A bright red 1975 penny in mint state condition is the most desirable and valuable. In contrast, a dark brown or dirty coin, which is common with circulated examples, will usually only be worth face value unless it has an error or some other unique characteristic. So, let's recap. A 1975 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is not an error and is not rare. It was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, where no mint mark was used on pennies at that time. In circulated or dirty condition, this coin is worth about 1 cent. However, in mint state condition, it may be worth $1,000 to $2,000, and coins with confirmed errors can be worth much more depending on the type and severity of the error. If you think your coin looks different or unusual, it's always worth getting a second opinion from a professional coin dealer or submitting it for grading. Next up, the 2000 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. At first glance, this coin seems like just another piece of loose change. But if you've ever held one in your hand and wondered why there's no letter under the date or whether it could be worth more than 1 cent, then you're in the right place. Today we'll explore its history, why it has no mint mark, what condition affects its value, and what it might be worth in the coin market right now. Let's begin with the basics. The 2000 Lincoln cent features the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, or obverse, of the coin, a design that has been in use since 1909 and was created by Victor David Brenner. On the back of the coin, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 and used until 2008. This reverse shows the full view of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., and if you look closely, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated in the middle of the monument, a nice hidden detail for those who appreciate craftsmanship in coin design. Now, when you look at your 2000 penny and see no mint mark, that simply means it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. For many years, the Philadelphia Mint did not use a P mint mark on 1-cent coins. This practice remained true in the year 2000, so the absence of a mint mark is completely normal and not a minting error. The only time the Philadelphia Mint used a P on pennies was in 2017, for a special release commemorating the Mint's 225th anniversary. So if your 2000 penny has no mint mark, you are holding a standard Philadelphia-issued coin. In terms of mintage, the year 2000 saw the production of an enormous number of pennies. The Philadelphia Mint alone struck over 5.5 billion Lincoln cents that year without a mint mark. Because of this massive production, the 2000 no mint mark penny is considered very common, and in dirty or heavily circulated condition, it's usually worth just 1 cent, its face value. Most of these coins have been in circulation for over 2 decades, which means they've picked up scratches, discoloration, and general wear that greatly reduces their collector appeal. However, not all 2000 pennies are created equal. While the average circulated coin may be worth 1 cent, uncirculated or mint state coins, those that were never used and still have their original shine, can be worth more. A 2000 no mint mark penny in MS65 red condition, which is a coin that has full red luster and no wear, can sell for $1,000 to $5,000. If the coin is in MS66 or MS67 red, the value could jump to $10,000 to $50,000 or more, depending on its eye appeal, strike quality, and the demand from collectors. Some of the highest graded 2000 no mint mark pennies have sold at auction for over $10,000, but these are exceptionally rare and require professional grading from services like PCGS or NGC. But where it gets even more interesting is when we talk about error coins. Every year, a small number of pennies are struck with minting mistakes, and the year 2000 is no exception. If your 2000 penny has a double die error, where the lettering or date appears slightly doubled, it could be worth $25,000 to several $100s, depending on the strength of the doubling and the coin's condition. Other valuable errors to look for include off-center strikes, where the coin is not aligned correctly during minting, clipped planchets, where a piece of the coin is missing, and broad strikes, which can make the coin appear wider and flatter than normal. These kinds of errors are always in demand by collectors and can significantly raise the value of what might otherwise be a common coin. Color also matters in the coin world. Lincoln pennies are classified by color: red, RD, red-brown, RB, and brown, BN. Red coins have preserved their original copper shine and are the most valuable. Brown coins, especially those that are dirty or have been handled a lot, are the most common and least valuable. If your 2000 penny still has a bright red appearance and no wear, it's worth taking a closer look, because it may qualify as a mint state coin with added value. So, let's break it all down. A 2000 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is a Philadelphia-issued coin and is not rare. In dirty or heavily circulated condition, it is typically worth 1 cent. However, if the coin is in uncirculated or mint state condition, its value can rise to a few dollars or more. The real money lies in rare error coins, especially double dies or off-center strikes, which can bring in tens to hundreds of dollars, depending on how dramatic and clear the error is. If you believe your coin has any of these features, it's worth examining under magnification or showing it to a professional coin dealer. Next up, the 2005 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Now you might be thinking, it's just a modern penny, what's so special about it? Well, while this coin is definitely not considered rare in most cases, there are some details and possibilities that every collector should know. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned hobbyist, this video will give you everything you need to know about the 2005 no mint mark penny, including what that missing mint mark actually means, whether the coin could be valuable, and how its condition plays a major role in its worth in today's coin market. Let's start with the basics. The 2005 Lincoln cent features the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front, of the coin. This iconic portrait was first introduced in 1909 and designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side of the 2005 penny, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, which had been in use since 1959 and remained until the design changed in 2009. If you look at the front of your 2005 penny and see no letter underneath the date, this simply means the coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike the Denver Mint, which uses a D Mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint, which uses an S for proof coins, the Philadelphia Mint traditionally left pennies unmarked. So a 2005 penny with no mint mark is completely normal and not an error. In fact, Philadelphia did not place a P on 1-cent coins until a brief commemorative run in 2017. In terms of mintage, the numbers are enormous. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 3.7 billion Lincoln pennies in 2005 alone. That makes this coin extremely common. If you're holding a 2005 penny with no mint mark that is dirty, scratched, worn, or has seen a lot of circulation, its value is simply 1 cent, the face value of the coin. That's what most people will find in their change, and unfortunately, in that condition, it has no special value to collectors. However, things change if your coin is in uncirculated or mint state condition. A 2005 penny that still has its full original red color and luster, and has not been handled or scratched, is considered more desirable. A coin in MS65 red condition can be worth $1,000 to $3,000, while higher grades like MS66 or MS67 red could fetch $10,000 to $50,000 or more, especially if they are certified by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC. These coins are usually found in mint sets or sealed rolls that have been carefully preserved. While these prices won't make you rich, it's still good to know that modern coins in top condition can have real value. Now let's talk about something that really excites collectors: errors and varieties. While the standard 2005 no mint mark penny is common, any coin with a confirmed minting error can become highly collectible. Possible errors include double die obverse or reverses, where the date or lettering appears slightly doubled, off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, die cracks, which show raised lines from a damaged die, and clip planchets, where part of the coin is missing due to a cutting mistake. A 2005 Lincoln penny with a visible and well-preserved mint error can sell for $20,000 to over $70,000 depending on how dramatic and rare the error is. That's why it's always important to examine your coins closely using a magnifier or coin loop. You never know what you might find. Another factor that affects value is the color designation of the coin. Modern copper-plated zinc pennies like the 2005 issue are categorized as red, RD, red-brown, RB, or brown, BN, based on how much original mint luster they retain. Red coins, which still have their bright, shiny copper appearance, are the most valuable. Brown coins, which have darkened over time due to oxidation and handling, are the least valuable. If your 2005 penny still looks bright and uncirculated, it may be worth setting aside or even getting professionally graded. To sum it all up, a 2005 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is not an error and was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. In dirty or circulated condition, it is worth just 1 cent. However, if the coin is in uncirculated condition and still has its full red color, it could be worth a few dollars or more, especially if it is professionally graded. And if you discover a confirmed mint error, then you might be holding a coin worth several times more, depending on the nature and rarity of the mistake. While it's not a rare coin overall, it's always worth checking your change carefully, because even the most ordinary penny can sometimes hide extraordinary value. Next up, the 2008 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin that many people handle every day without realizing its history, details, and potential worth. If you've come across a 2008 penny and noticed that it has no mint mark beneath the date, you may be wondering, why is the mint mark missing? Is this an error? Could it be rare or valuable? Stick with me as we uncover all the facts, including how to spot any special varieties and what this coin is worth in today's collector market. Let's begin with the basics. The 2008 Lincoln cent features the classic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. This iconic portrait has remained on the penny since 1909, making it the longest-running coin design in United States history. On the reverse side, the coin displays the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was first introduced in 1959 and remained until the design change in 2009, when the Mint introduced the bicentennial Lincoln cent series. So the 2008 penny is actually the last year to feature the Lincoln Memorial reverse, which makes it notable in numismatic history as the end of an era for that design. Now, if you look at your 2008 penny and notice that there is no mint mark below the year, don't be alarmed. This is not a minting error. The absence of a mint mark on a Lincoln penny simply means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. For most of U.S. minting history, pennies struck in Philadelphia did not carry a P mint mark. This tradition continued through 2008. The only time a P mint mark appeared on a Lincoln cent was in 2017, for a special issue commemorating the 225th anniversary of the Philadelphia Mint. So, your 2008 penny with no mint mark is completely normal, it was intended to be struck that way. Now let's talk about how many of these coins were made. In 2008, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 2.5 billion Lincoln pennies. That's right, more than 2.5 billion coins, making it one of the most common modern coins in circulation. Because of this extremely high mintage, the 2008 no mint mark penny is not considered rare by collectors, especially if it is found in dirty, worn, or heavily circulated condition. In most cases, such a coin is worth exactly 1 cent, its face value. However, there is still some potential for added value, depending on the condition and grade of the coin. A 2008 Lincoln penny in uncirculated or mint state condition, particularly those with a bright red appearance and no signs of wear, can be worth more than face value. A coin graded MS65 red could sell for $10,000 to $30,000, while coins in higher grades like MS66 or MS67 red might fetch $10,000 to $50,000 or more, especially if they are slabbed and certified by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC. These top-grade coins are not found in everyday change, but they can be discovered in uncirculated rolls or mint sets that were stored properly since 2008. Now, here's where things get even more exciting. While the regular 2008 no mint mark penny is very common, any coin with a confirmed minting error can become much more valuable. Known errors to look out for include double die obverse, where the lettering or date appears slightly doubled, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or even broad strikes that cause the coin to lose its raised rim. These error coins are usually the result of mechanical faults during the minting process and are highly sought after by collectors. Depending on the type and severity of the error, values can range from $10,000 to several $100s, especially if the coin is in great condition and the error is dramatic. Also, don't forget the role of color grading in determining value. Lincoln cents are classified as red, RD, red-brown, RB, or brown, BN, based on their surface appearance. A red coin has retained its full coppery mint luster and is considered the most valuable. Red-brown coins show partial loss of color, and brown coins, especially those that are dirty or oxidized, are the least valuable. A 2008 no mint mark penny that is brown and circulated will usually be worth face value. But if you find a red coin with no wear, it might be worth setting aside for further evaluation or even professional grading. So, what's the bottom line? A 2008 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is a standard issue from the Philadelphia Mint and not an error. In circulated or dirty condition, its value is 1 cent. However, in uncirculated condition, especially with a strong red grade, it could be worth a few dollars. And if you discover a mint error, you might be holding a coin that's worth significantly more, depending on how rare and visible the error is. Thank you for watching this in-depth look at the 2008 no mint mark penny here on Penny Collector. Whether you're new to coin collecting or a long-time enthusiast, every coin you examine helps build your knowledge, sharpen your eye, and maybe even uncover a hidden treasure. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss a future episode. Until next time, keep checking your change, stay curious, and as always, happy collecting.